going on, YouTube fam, or the 2 or 3 subscribers I have? Another long-awaited video, or at least awaited for myself. Richard Lee. I'm Richard Staten. The date is July 20th, but all that is irrelevant. What is relevant is doing this bike ride to work as usual, and a thought popped up in my mind. I wanted to really go into it and dive into it. It's been a while since I put up a video because I've been doing school pretty hard body. I've even been slacking in the gym because I started getting into reading a lot more and wanted to educate myself outside of just formal education, outside of just what's needed for school. So I'm back on my grind, well, you know, whatever, the proverbial grind. I'm back to doing what I need to do to get where I need to get. And so today when I was riding my bike, or while riding my bike, I'm thinking about the fact that I go out a lot. And I remember when I first started like clubbing consistently. Before 2010, I've never been to a nightclub in my life. The first nightclub I went to was on a cruise, actually. And I didn't know what to do or how to do it. And needless to say, I went back to my room alone. And when I moved to Miami, when I moved back from New York to Miami, we started to, by we, I mean me and a couple of my friends, we preached this whole like, we're gonna start going out and, you know, we're gonna work hard on basketball in the daytime, because basketball at the time was still, you know, something that we wanted to do, maybe overseas or at least try out for a team or something. And at night we would go out. And I know you're thinking, man, that's kind of productive, and it was. That's why we didn't make it, or one of the many reasons why we didn't make it. But anyway, what I learned was this club life taught me more life lessons than basketball ever could. And I remember when I first started going out consistently in 2010, man, you would wonder why I even went out. Me and my peers would literally get no dances. We'd be on the wall, you know, why you standing on the wall, hand on your ball? That would be us. We would get very minimal eyes, and when we did nothing about it. It was just a situation in which we never seized the opportunity, and we didn't, to us, going out to a club was so hit or miss, or it was get drunk, get really drunk, and in that really drunk state, see what happens. Whether you gotta pull a girl, whether you gotta be extra aggressive as far as dancing wise, let the liquor do it for you. Then we graduated to getting these little, we call them 5-second dances. And a 5-second dance is when you could get a girl, usually a girl be twerking, you'll creep up behind her, you know, it's like a creep, and you would, you know, thrust on her while she, you know, backed it up, and occasionally she would look back and dance with you. And that didn't go nowhere either, because it would be a 5-second dance, the girl would pull her homegirl away, and we would go home saying, man, if that one girl didn't pull her away, man, I would have took that home. That would have been mine. Little did we know how much work goes into consistently taking girls home from a nightclub. So, eventually, I graduated to being able to hold a long dance, and I became a better dancer. I dressed better. I graduated to be, you know, really being able to grab a girl and hold a long dance. Holding a long dance turned into being able to grab a girl and talk to her for a while. Then that turned into being able to like dance with a girl and talk to her all night. That turned to taking her home. That turned to making out. That turned to taking her home. That turned to doing that with a lot of different women. I'm not doing that to gloat. Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, through the process of dealing with a lot of different women, what I realized is that what remains the constant is me. And the more I started to want to improve, I would reach a plateau and I want to get to a better level. The more I wanted to improve in my night game, I realized the more I had to improve in my day game. Now, for my gentlemen that will watch this, they'll think, oh, I need to have a lot of money. I need to have the Ferrari outside. And that's going to get me the girls to come home. And I'll tell you this, a lot of girls, for every 10 girls in the club, 8 of them honestly don't care if you have a Ferrari or not. And the two that do care if you have a Ferrari or not, you still have to put in the quote unquote work to take them home. You don't just flash the Ferrari keys and they go home with you. The guys that you see do that are either paying for them, literally, they're paying for escorts, or they're famous. Now granted, fame comes with money, but money alone doesn't necessarily make you get a lot of women. Fame does, because fame is attractive. The fact that you're known is attractive, but you can cultivate fame within a nightclub or within your community without being, you know, Drake, or without being Jay-Z, or without being Obama. You can cultivate fame without being Bradley Cooper or Brad Pitt or Ryan Gosling. You can be that person, that famous person within your community. And the more I went out, the more I realized that. I started following a dude named Tyler, RSD Tyler is a YouTube name. And the whole RSD community. And if you can bypass the corniness, because they're a little corny, but if you can bypass the corniness and you start getting to the message, he would preach this, or he does preach this whole getting better at being a man in general, as well as getting better at dealing with women. Like, you don't just have to look good. Now, you do want to look the best you can look, but you don't have to worry about looks as much. You do have to be good with women and know how to be good with women. And you'll be surprised how many guys, especially of the younger generation, under 30 years old, you'd be surprised how many men don't know how to speak to a woman. They don't know how to court a woman. They don't know how to go into a grocery store and talk to a girl. They don't know how to go to a nightclub and court a girl. They assume that it's all luck, that it's all hit or miss. And it's not. I have a couple of my peers that I deal with, and we'll go out. I have one friend that we'll go out with. I go out with damn near every weekend. And he's moving away now, but we go out every weekend. And you know, I hit a lot. He hits a lot more. And by hit, I mean like he, you know, takes the girl home or whatever you think your goal is for the night a lot more. And that pushes me to keep going. Now, mind you, I don't care about sex. Is not the big deal to me. Like, sex is sex. Like, I don't need to have feelings attached to have sex. And I've done it a lot, so I don't need to. That's not really my main goal. What is my main goal is getting better at dealing with women, and then being able to continuously progress. So to go from the guy that's